member of the Judiciary. Are you?
Used to be on Judiciary Committee, now ranking on Financial Services. I want to thank the chair and the Congressional Black Caucus for coming together to recognize a number of things that have occurred around this Ferguson incident. First of all, of course, we are deeply saddened that the Justice Department was not able to find that Michael Brown's civil rights had been violated. However, having gone there, they learned a lot about Ferguson. They learned about the traffic stops. They learned about the fines. They learned about the disproportionate fines and the amount of money that African Americans were paying that contributed to the revenues of not only Ferguson, but all of these adjacent cities. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I was born in St. Louis, and I lived in a little town right outside Ferguson. There's a whole string of towns that include Pine Lawn and Ferguson and on and on and on, where these African Americans coming through these little jurisdictions not only are stopped and fined, and then the fines go into warrants, and then they go to jail. And this has been going on for years. And so I'm pleased that our Attorney General was at least able to identify this. But that's not the only thing or things that are wrong with places like Ferguson. We've also discovered in this conversation that the high school there was not accredited. And instead of allowing the students to go outside of that jurisdiction to high schools that were accredited with good teachers, etc., they waived the rights and allowed those students to stay in that high school that's not accredited. We also learned that the residents there can't own their homes because the banks and financial institutions will not give mortgages on $50,000 homes and less. And so we have a lot of work to do. In addition to all that you hear that my colleagues are working on in order to deal with some of these police practices and abuses, we need to deal with the education system. Blacks are not represented on any of these jurisdictions, whether it is the school board or the city council or the police department. And we have to work as much as we can. Some of us are working in different areas. Washington University sits right there. And what are they doing to deal with the education system? St. Louis University is right there. What are they contributing? We have a lot to go, a lot of ways to go in this conversation, but I'm very pleased that we have come thus far and that we are totally committed to the proposition that we can not only raise the level of awareness about Ferguson, but about all of the little cities and towns and jurisdictions that are being treated this way. Thank you.